Okay, so let's go back to, we have some irrational numbers, square root 2 pi e. None of these can be written as the form of n of a and b, where a and b are integers. That means if I take any number, any integer, n, let's just say positive integers because it doesn't really matter, any positive integer n times the square root of 2, this is never an integer.
Yeah.
How come?
Well, because you can't multiply an irrational number by an integer and come out with another integer.
Why not?
Well, so it's like, so irrational numbers have like infinite, they have infinite decimal
Yeah.
expansions. And you can't, like, if you multiply that by 10, it would still be irrational, or 2.
That's true, but there's actually there's a pretty simple reason why, if I have an irrational number like square root of 2, I can never multiply it by an integer to get another integer.
Or rational number, I guess.
So go through the same idea. Assume you could. Assume n times the square root of 2 is m for some integer m.
Well, then we can square both sides. And then we could say 2n squared equals m squared.
Okay, but that would be okay. Like that,
Yeah.
that might happen. But there's
Or you could just move the n to the other side and you have m over n equals root 2.
root 2 equals m over n.
But that can't happen.
Why?
Because we
Because
just
we-
proved that you can't have a rational.
Yeah, it's irrational.
Representation.
So you can never multiply root 2 by an integer to get another integer. But you might not be surprised to learn that there are some integers where n times root 2 is close. Okay? There's some integers where you multiply n times root 2 and you end up really close to an integer. Like, that's not surprising, right? But the surprising thing is these integers are actually pretty easy to find.
Interesting.
And the same is true for pi, and the same is true for e. In fact, any irrational number, we can use the same procedure to try to find some of these integers. Now, we're going to do it on the computer, but I'm going to talk about root 2 first.
All right.
And then we'll go up and do it on the computer. And the process is something in math called continued fractions.